man. You wrote a book on Elvis, and his manager had a huge effect on his career, and
Or the
to the
worst.
detriment. Yeah. El- but Elton also
Yeah.
had this manager, but he kept him for a long time. It seems like around the same time that he started focus on himself is when he dropped, finally dropped to his manager, John Reed. Do you think that's tied together at all, or what?
I think there was quite a bit of separation there. They didn't all happen at the same time. Um, because the Ryan White and the Getting Clean and Sober, that was late 80s, early 90s. And he actually stayed with John until I think this century, even.
It says 90. I believe it was 98 that
Mm.
he was dropped.
Oh,
Finally.
maybe it's just recently that his husband has taken over as manager. And so I conflated the two.
So you're saying there was a lapse between John Reed and Furnish managing him?
Yeah, because that's more recently.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ryan White died at the late 80s, so that's like a decade before getting severing ties with John Reed.
Yeah.
What was your opinion on John Reed? I mean, obviously he was beneficial for Elton, and Elton saw the benefits. Do you think he had the best manager possible for what his for his career?
Well, certainly at the beginning they seemed to work together well, and obviously things went well for him. And you mentioned Elvis earlier, and throughout, Elton always had more say in the direction of his career than Elvis ever did. So, it certainly wasn't quite that destructive or as all-encompassing a relationship. Um, I think the fallout came just over financial discrepancies, didn't it? There were things wrong with the books, and well, that can happen over time. That's why when you have a lot of money, I mean, it's interesting. People think the average person thinks we all think, oh, if we won the lottery and got $40 million, life would be great. And yeah, maybe getting $40 million solves the problems you had when you were living on $40,000, but now you have just a new, different set of problems. The problems of having 40 million. One of which is that people will take advantage of you, and sometimes long-term relationships slip into that. Oh, I can just skim a bit off here and there, and then hopefully the person wises up before it gets too far. I mean, something happened like that with George Harrison too, didn't it? And his manager, who ripped him off terribly, to the point that when he was taken to court and ordered to pay the money back, well, he didn't have it. And what can you do? You can't get blood from a stone. And I think his manager died, or the ex-manager by then died before Harrison did. So it was good that Elton was more on top of that, and caught things before they got too bad.